Hey everyone, today on People Now, how the Nationals are celebrating their first ever World Series win.
Caitlyn Jenner celebrates her 70th birthday. We'll tell you who is there.
It's Halloween. See how your favorite stars are dressing up for the spooky holiday.
Also today,
that's Cynthia's inner spirit.
Harriet star Cynthia Erivo loving life as she takes on the role of her career.
And we're getting fit with Bachelor Nation faves JoJo, Fletcher, and Jordan Rodgers.
It's all today on People Now.
Hey, happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome to People Now. The day that we've been waiting for all month, finally here. It's Halloween, everybody. How are we feeling? Yes?
Feeling good?
All right.
Yeah.
So
are you excited?
I'm very excited. It really has been. It's after last weekend and seeing everyone partying like crazy.
Feels like Halloween's been going on for a long time.
It's been going on a very long time. So tonight we're trick-or-treating, doing that whole thing, and then going over to some people's house. You've got 4 parties tonight?
I do. I'm only going to probably make 2.
Invited to 4.
Yeah.
You had a big day tomorrow, right back here.
Yes, I have to be here. My best friend's coming in town, so we're going to, get dressed up.
We've got one Saturday night, an adult party. We'll see how that goes. And if we can make it back here at One Piece Monday, we'll find out. Anyway, some of our favorite celebs raising the bar on costumes this year. Here are 4 of our favorites so far. Kylie Jenner as Ariel, LeBron James as Edward Scissorhands. What's he calling himself?
Ledward.
Anyway, we'll talk more about that. Jessica Biel as her husband Justin Timberlake during his NSYNC days, and Gabrielle Union as her character from Bring It On. So many great throwbacks here. Look at that.
Yeah, so we want to know, out of these 4, which is your favorite? Vote in our People poll. If your favorite didn't make our list, send in your choice using the hashtag PeopleNow.
We're going to check in on that in a little bit, but for now, here's what you need to know and what's trending for today. Watch.
The Washington Nationals are world champions for the first time in franchise history.
A wild World Series that was filled with unexpected moments and unbelievable comebacks. It's come to an end, and the Washington Nationals have been crowned our new MLB champions. The Nationals beat the Houston Astros with a score of 6-2 on Wednesday to win Game 7, capping off the 2019 World Series. The victory concluded an exciting contest that saw the Nats steal 3 games from the heavily favored Astros in Houston. It also marks the first time that franchise has won a World Series in their history. Though it appeared that the Astros might take home the championship on Wednesday after carrying a 2-0 lead into the 7th inning, the Nationals stayed relentless. They hit back, bringing in 3 runs, including a 1-out home run to take the game's lead. They continued that momentum in the final 2 innings, bringing in 3 more runs to pull their lead to 6-2 by the 9th. Nationals fans erupted Wednesday night after the historic win. Celebrations immediately ensued. A unique twist here. Nationals fans have a love for Baby Shark due to outfielder Gerardo Parra, who used the song back in June as his walk-up song in honor of his daughter. So check out this epic celebration in honor of that win. Watch. Not expected. And I gotta tell you, as someone who has kids and hears that a lot, that would have made me pretty sad to be in that stadium if that started happening. Nationals pitcher Steven Strasburg was named this year's MVP. Post-game, he told Fox with the team's new trophy in hand, quote, "To be able to do it with these group of guys is something special. I love every one of those guys. It took all of us to do it." That was his quote. Congratulations to the Washington Nationals. Huge historic moment. Now we move on to this. Actress Catherine Zeta-Jones and her daughter, Karis Zeta-Douglas, Karis Zeta-Douglas. They are featured in Fendi's new #Me and My Peekaboo campaign to celebrate the brand's iconic peekaboo bag. In the whimsical and vintage-style shoot, the mother-daughter duo journey through Rome, toting a variety of different purse styles. Karis, who Catherine shares with actor Michael Douglas, says that she and her mother had so much fun on set, adding, quote, "Our sense of humor is pretty similar, so we're always laughing when my mom and I are together. She's honestly the funniest person I know." The ongoing campaign starred Kris Jenner, Kim Kardashian West, and North West last year. According to Fendi, the campaign highlights the, quote, "complicity between mother and daughter." Catherine says that she and Karis are very close and that the two talk about everything. Accompanying the photos is a video where Mary J. Blige's 90s anthem Family Affair can be heard playing in the background as Catherine and Karis laugh and they dance near some of Italy's most famous statues and landmarks. Looks like a fun time. This isn't the first time that Catherine and Karis were in front of the camera together either. The two have posed together for Vanity Fair Spain's 2019 September issue and Town & Country's 2018 September issue, where Karis called her mother a fashion icon. And we, of course, absolutely agree with that. All right, Caitlyn Jenner was feeling the birthday love this week after turning 70 on Monday. The star celebrated on Tuesday night at Nobu in Malibu, California, with a small group of family and friends. In attendance were Caitlyn's daughters Kendall and Kylie Jenner, their sisters Kim and Kourtney Kardashian, Caitlyn's son Brandon Jenner and his girlfriend Kaylee Stoker, and Caitlyn's close friend Sophia Hutchins. Kylie documented the evening on her Instagram story. In one video, she thanked the venue for hosting the celebration, adding that she was the one throwing the party, saying, "I set up the cutest little dinner for my dad." The cake was decorated with a sweet photo of Caitlyn, Kendall, and Kylie from back in the day. Before blowing out her candles, Caitlyn said, quote, "Look at how cute you were." And don't worry, even though Brody Jenner and Khloe Kardashian weren't in attendance for the big night, it doesn't appear that there's any bad blood. According to his Instagram story, Brody was in Australia at the time, while Khloe posted that she had been shooting a commercial all day. Now, after transitioning, Caitlyn became mostly estranged from Kris Jenner and the Kardashian side of the family for a period of time. The ice appears to have thawed between most of them, though. In May, Khloe said that things were fine between her and Caitlyn. On an episode of Laura Wasser's Divorce Sucks podcast, she said this, quote, "I think we've really come a long way. It was a struggle for all of us, not because she was transitioning. I think from just how it was all handled." Khloe added, "Now I think that we're all in a really good place, and we all just want everybody to be just happy with whomever they are." And we agree. Good for them. Andrea, you've got more for us in Star Treks.
I do. We are kicking off Star Treks today with a spooktacular celebration. Our favorite celebs showed up for Halloween this year, starting with NBA legend LeBron James as Ledward Scissorhands. Get it? Yeah, it's a spin on the Tim Burton character Edward Scissorhands. LeBron documented his epic costume on Instagram on Thursday, which featured a full leather bodysuit made up of several belts, a frizzy black wig, and of course the Scissorhands gloves. He looks pretty great. Jennifer Garner stayed true to her word and dressed as a mailbox for Halloween. So back in May, Jennifer gave a commencement speech at her alma mater, Ohio's Denison University, during which she made it a point to tell the graduates, when it comes to Halloween costumes, go funny over sexy. Why would you dress like a flirty nurse when you could be a mailbox? Jennifer revealed her Halloween costume on Thursday on Instagram, playing a clip of her speech followed by a video of herself as a literal U.S. Postal Service mailbox. She captioned the video, "Live your truth, people. Happy Halloween." Meanwhile, Sierra's kids, Future and Sienna, went old school and dressed up as the iconic group The Jacksons. An Instagram video shows them jamming out to the Jackson 5 hit ABC. Very, very cute. And Sophia Richie showed up as a sexy Sleeping Beauty. She captioned her Insta story, "Did someone ask for Sleeping Beauty?" Her blonde wig was coiffed to resemble the animated character from the 1959 classic Disney movie, and she looks gorgeous.
It actually really does,
yeah. She really pulled this off. Perfect, kind of mesmerizing. At the end of the day, no one does Halloween like the Kardashians. Kylie Jenner was a sexy Ariel from The Little Mermaid. She shared her look on Instagram with the caption, "Ariel grew up." Yeah, say so.
I think she did.
Kylie's big sister, Kim Kardashian West, actually dressed up as Ariel from The Little Mermaid nearly 7 years ago. Who did it better? We say it's a tie. They both look great. Back to this year, Khloe Kardashian outfitted her daughter True in an adorable Swan Lake-inspired Halloween costume on Thursday morning, while revealing there were many more outfits to come. How many? Time will tell. The pics show True posing in a white jumper while wearing a plush swan as a tutu around her waist, and Khloe completed True's look of the day with a sparkly tiara and a top-knot ballet bun. Little True is so cute there.
Super cute.
Which is your favorite of those?
I like
True.
I like LeBron.
Yeah.
That was good. It was really good. I mean, where do you even get the, like, he went all out to get that costume,
Well,
right?
if you're LeBron, I think you can
figure it out.
Resources.
Got some people to call and find probably like the actual Edward Scissorhands costume if you really wanted it.
All right, moving on to this. Selena Gomez is clarifying her relationship status after she was spotted out with her ex Samuel Crossed earlier this week after rumors swirled that they may be reuniting. In an Instagram story posted Wednesday night, the singer explains that she's been single for 2 years, adding, "I'm on God's timing, not mine." Selena and Samuel were both seen grabbing dinner at a restaurant in New York City with friends on Tuesday night. The two were romantically linked back in 2015. Selena recently released 2 new songs, Lose You to Love Me and Look at Her Now, which both seem to reference her past relationships, but particularly her relationship with Justin Bieber. It hasn't been confirmed that that's where she drew inspiration for the songs, but that's what fans are speculating. Last week, in an interview with the Zach Sang Show, Selena also said she's been super single for 2 years, adding that she's looking forward to a more mature connection with a significant other. She said this, "I want to know what that love will look like next for me. I want it to be real, and I don't want it to be codependent or messy or lack of communication. When you get older, you find people who are actually right for you, that are actually on the same wavelength as you." And she added, "I'm chilling right now, you guys. Honestly, that is so stressful." She says in her next relationship, she plans to be very transparent. Until then, Selena is happy living the single life, explaining that she's having way too much fun being on her own. You go, girl. All right, Nicki Minaj has the Barbs on their toes after sending out a tweet on Wednesday that read, quote, expecting a blank. What's next? We don't know. The mysterious and seemingly unfinished tweet caused a lot of speculation among her fans, with some choosing to believe she's expecting a baby. Others are saying she's referencing an upcoming album instead. Now, Nicki did clear up the since-deleted tweet, explaining it was just a typo. In a follow-up tweet that is also now deleted, she wrote in part, expecting an official date time for Queen Radio in the morning. Blogs really reposting a typo that was up for 14 seconds. She added later in the same tweet, all of y'all just go to bed. Although she's cleared the air, some fans are still not convinced. So let's get into some of the fan reactions. Okay, so pregnant women usually have some pretty random cravings. So one user wrote, log off and go drink your pickle juice. We all know you're pregnant. Okay. People are really going into this. More assumptions. Another user wrote with confidence, Nicki, you pregnant boo. I'm ready, sis. This fan predicted that Nicki will be the next pregnant celeb. She says, I just know it. I don't know. Should we really be speculating that someone's pregnant? Fans are taking this.
Should Twitter really exist?
That's another good question. Not while we're streaming on Twitter.
Yeah,
so
no. I mean, for comments, the comment section should be closed.
Now we move on into the tweets from fans that think the deleted tweet is about an upcoming album. One user wrote to Nicki pretty aggressively, writing, you better be expecting an album. Her fans are dedicated. Another user thinks the tweet may mean new music is coming really soon. She wrote, Nicki Minaj may drop an album Friday. Okay, can't blame the fans for trying.
Hoping, right?
Yeah. Nicki shocked everyone with her low-key surprising marriage to Kenneth Petty earlier this month. Nicki broke that news on Instagram with the video of matching Mr. and Mrs. coffee mugs. So she is full of social media surprises. Nicki and Kenneth started dating in late 2018, went Insta official last December. So we'll see what's coming. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
All right, stay with us. We catch up with the stars of the powerful new biopic, Harriet. Plus, could we see Scott Wolf and the OG Salingers in the new Party of Five reboot? Scott is weighing in on that and a lot more coming up.
All right, we've been asking you which celebrity Halloween costume has been your favorite so far in our People poll. So let's take a look. I think the Scissorhands,
I want to
right?
change my answer.
Oh, no, actually, Jessica Biel is really.
That's what I wanted to change my answer to. Yeah, she was so impressive. That rolled out last weekend, and her and JT together.
But it's really close, so there's still time. So get those votes in.
All right, but for now, we're going to move on to this.
So everyone seems to be obsessed with their horoscopes more than ever. And if you're a Capricorn celebrity, you are in luck. UK-based bargains website VoucherCloud did some research to figure out the wealthiest star signs by breaking down Forbes' 100 top earners in showbiz by their astrological signs. So the results may not be shocking, but they're definitely fascinating.
The highest earning celebrities are, drumroll, Capricorns.
Ooh.
The astrological sign representing 13 of the highest paid entertainers on the list. This sign applies to anyone born between December 22nd and January 19th. So, the highest earning Capricorn is Howard Stern, $93 million.
Wow. But there were a lot more. Stern was followed by fellow Capricorns LeBron James, Rush Limbaugh, and Ryan Seacrest. Also not surprising.
Yeah, big money there. Then you have Tiger Woods, Bradley Cooper, Lewis Hamilton, Jimmy Buffett, Sean Hannity, Steve Harvey, Drew Brees, Dave Matthews, and Calvin Harris. That is a lot. The Capricorn crew earned a whopping $777 million combined.
Wow, but the highest earner out of all the signs, that was Taylor Swift, no surprise there, at $185 million. She's a Sagittarius. Some other signs that had some major luck in the finance department, Kylie Jenner at $170 million, she's a Leo. Kylie's sister Kim Kardashian West, who is a Libra, and Drake, who is a Scorpio. I don't know where the Tauruses are at, so
Aquarius
I'm not
over
feeling
here.
pretty good about the Tauruses.
Me either.
All right, watch this.
Welcome to the Rage Cage.
We're ready. Bring it on. We're coming after you. We're gonna fight to the finish.
This is a battle. Rage!
Oh my God.
Oof, things getting intense here for love and for $100,000. Battle of the Fittest Couple is Paramount Network's newest fitness competition show. It's hosted by none other than Bachelor Nation's JoJo, Fletcher, and Jordan Rodgers.
In the show, couples face off in the most intense challenges to fight for the grand prize. When JoJo and Jordan stopped by our studios, they told us all about it and shared some details about their upcoming wedding. Check it out.
This show is insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. Every time I watch it back, it brings me back to when we were watching it live, and it's wild how intense it is.
Let's talk about that and how sort of, competing for this with a significant other really does up the stakes, right? How does that play into the dynamic?
That's what, like, this show has like a little bit of American Ninja Warrior, a little bit of like Jersey Shore because they all live in one house together, gets a little crazy. A little bit of Bachelor, Bachelorette because you got the relationship aspect. It's absolutely nuts.
Was there something that surprised you most? I mean, filming is wrapped now, so you saw the whole thing.
Yes.
Something that surprised you most about any of the couples or the dynamics that were at play?
I just love the fact that you have 12 couples from all different fitness backgrounds. So we have yogis who are very namaste and zen, and then we have like the
bodybuilder,
super intense,
model, track athlete.
Okay.
But I love that all of the challenges, like you have to be obviously physically strong, but mentally, emotionally, and it's amazing to watch how through different challenges, those like mental strengths come out and the bonds between partners come out or maybe crumble.
With everything you have going on, also wedding planning. Last time you were here, we were talking about that. So what are the updates, latest thing you have planned?
I just gave Jordan an ultimatum today on getting me the guest list because he's done
This
nothing.
was like the first hard line, like guest list 2 weeks, and then like 10 minutes ago she's like 1 week.
We've heard some of the Bachelor people, Becca Tilly.
Yeah.
Anyone else that's for sure gonna be there?
I just have Becca. She's on my side. I don't know who Jordan has coming.
What about Chris Harrison? Is he gonna?
Yeah.
Chris is getting an invite.
We're gonna let him just relax though. He doesn't have to officiate.
Okay.
No.
What about your Bachelorette experience? Who are like for sure gonna be there?
I love Wells, so I'd love it if Wells was there. Obviously Chris, and then I don't keep in touch with a lot of the guys. I'm so busy, but we'll see.
What about the vibe? Some people want their wedding to be a big party. Some people want it to be more romantic, less of a party. What are you going for?
I think we want a romantic party.
Oh,
yeah, a little bit of balance.
I think that like we obviously like to have a good time and like we're really fun people, and I think our friends are like that too.
Yeah.
But I think the style of the wedding leans more towards like being very elegant and romantic. But like
we'll loosen it up.
Yeah.
When we need to.
We're gonna have
we
fun.
actually we had a little disagreement on when the bridesmaids and groomsmen are like announced. Like
At
we were
at the
wedding,
reception.
and we were like, come out and dance, and I chugged a beer at one of my buddies'
See,
weddings.
It's a big moment.
He shotgunned a beer.
That's a big moment. And the
then
right
Spike
time to
did it,
do
was
it.
like,
Everyone loves
My
it.
bridesmaid was in on it. I was like, this is great. We're gonna
So
win
he goes,
this.
People still
gonna
probably
do that
remember
at
that
our
and talk
wedding.
about it.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't want that.
I don't know if I want my husband shotgunning a beer.
Well, no, not me, but my groomsmen.
I don't know. It's not my thing.
I always thought that's like give them their moment.
They're gonna have their moment.
Sacrifice to be there. Give
Ask
them their
for forgiveness, not
But
permission.
if you're having an elegant wedding, I don't know. I go to a lot of Wisconsin farm weddings, so that would
A lot
be
of that.
right
a lot
there.
Of chugging beer. But again, we're talking about balance.
Would you want shotgunning beers at your wedding?
No, but a farm wedding would be fun. My wife's sister did that. It was really one of the most fun weddings I've been to.
I love the farm.
The old farm, get down on the farm.
Boehlke.
And Barnyard Boehlke and Barnyard Boehlke family weddings. I think barn weddings can be very
Oh,
elegant.
they're great. Yeah, no, I love them. All right, stay tuned. In honor of the show, JoJo and Jordan are showing us a few ways you can work out with your
That's
partner.
right. We put them to the test. You do not want to miss this. All right, moving on. Chelsea Clinton isn't a fan of the way Jay-Z reacted to Beyonce's excitement over her post-pregnancy fit figure. In a profile for The Cut, Clinton recalled a moment featured in Beyonce's Netflix documentary Homecoming. In that clip, Beyonce is seen twirling with excitement about the fact that she fit into an old sequin costume after the birth of the couple's twins, Rumi and Sir.
The singer is FaceTiming with her husband at the time, but according to Chelsea, Jay-Z doesn't seem very excited over his wife's weight loss announcement. He just responds, all right. You can even hear a woman in the background saying, why aren't guys as excited? While Beyonce shakes her head.
So, Chelsea says while watching the scene, she turned to her husband, Mark, and said, if that's ever me, you better have more enthusiasm. Not really happy with Jay-Z's kind of understated reaction, I guess.
She went on about how she felt Jay-Z's response wasn't the I'm so proud of you reaction that Beyonce deserved, especially for Queen Bee, who Clinton says, quote, has clearly worked herself, body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit to get to that place. Clinton says her husband responded, duly noted. Smart guy. She says she continued to go off, saying, I bet everyone watching this has the sense of she deserves more enthusiasm.
While Clinton was sounding off, her husband was apparently eager to move on. His response was, quote, I got it. Can we go back to watching it, please? We've talked about it 3 times in the last 90 seconds.
Well, despite her problem with this part of the doc, Clinton says overall she loved Homecoming. Her defense of Beyonce might come from the fact that Clinton knows what it's like to have 3 children just like Beyonce. She gave birth to her 3rd child, Jasper, in July, so she might understand the pressures of being a mom in the spotlight. Imagine it's very difficult.
Yeah, it's well known that Beyonce worked really hard to get her body back just in time for her Coachella performance in 2018. She even went on a strict plant-based diet for 44 days, eliminating all meats, fish, alcohol, breads, carbs, and sugars from her diet in order to drop the baby weight.
Yeah, so women sticking up for women, we like to see that, and guys, just
Well, we were talking about this a little bit beforehand, that, you know, it was like that moment that was caught on video. It wasn't like it's the first time he's seen her, right? It was, yeah, they see each other all the time. Maybe that moment was a little understated, but they were talking about something else. I don't know.
You can always give more compliments.
Yeah, guys.
Be more enthusiastic.
Guys can take the lesson, throw out the compliments, do it more often, be a little more considerate.
All right, on to this.
How's it all work anyway? With the pics?
My job puts me on the inside, right? So I know things that regular guys don't. Unreported injuries, bad blood between like refs and players.
So you're 78% accurate on locker room info?
It's a complicated game, Tommy. It's full of judgment calls.
I love this. It's brooding. It's a great vibe. Our guest today, scheming to make millions by betting on NBA games in his new film. It's called Inside Game. Will he get away with it? We'll find out. Scott Wolf is here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, man.
I love that vibe.
Yeah, it's pretty. That particular scene is it's one of these late nights. These two guys who've known each other forever have found themselves in the middle of this incredible, scandalous scheme to basically use their inside information through you know, his buddy is an NBA ref.
Right.
And all a true story, all went down. I remember hearing about it.
Biggest scandal in NBA history.
Biggest scandal in NBA history, one of the biggest sports scandals in history.
What was the most surprising thing that you learned about it that maybe you had no idea about going in?
I gotta say, for me, I think just how small and simple and personal it was. Because you hear about a scheme where guys defrauded, you know, not the NBA necessarily, but
something, right?
Yeah, had this whole scheme that they were moving millions of dollars around and using inside information to win bets. You'd think there's big money, big forces, big companies, even, you know, just a lot behind it. And it was just these three buddies from Philadelphia. And it was the bookie, the ref, and the middleman.
It's almost like the understated nature of it probably made it more possible.
100%.
Right? Like, that's kind of the deal. It's just these three dudes, like, wait, they're doing it?
That's exactly right. And it's, I mean, I think conspiracy is hard.
Yeah.
And so the fact that they had just these three buddies, and they knew if we keep this quiet, they could kind of go on forever. And things, as they are wont to do, spiral out of control.
You go from playing a criminal to playing a criminal attorney. Nancy Drew.
Yes.
That's pretty exciting stuff on the CW. Season 1 just kicked off. Were you a big fan of Nancy Drew growing up? Was this something you were connected to?
I was a huge fan of the Hardy Boys. I read all those books, watched the series. I read some Nancy Drew books. I've always loved mystery storytelling, but in being involved with this version of Nancy Drew on the CW, I jumped back into the books and I started reading them. I thought I was just going to read half of one of them and just sort of
I kind of got it.
Okay, I got it. I'm like through like 6 of them now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're almost 100 years old, but there's something about the quality of the writing and the mystery storytelling that has made them indelible and a part of our culture for almost a century. It's crazy.
And now into this great show. We're early on. What are you excited for fans to see?
You know, there's just a deep sense of mystery. So there's overarching mysteries that are going to take us throughout the course of a whole season. There are little mysteries that come and go. But there's a deep level of spookiness and supernatural element, which what I think is, you know, when you read those original books, there was constantly this sort of sense that Nancy had, that there was kind of something over her shoulder or something around the corner, always. And in the books, they kind of explained it away in a kind of a simple, understandable, earthly way.
Okay.
It was like a farmer dropped a
thing, made a noise.
Made a clang.
Right.
In our show, it's not a farmer with a broom.
Okay.
It's very a ghost.
Stakes are, it's very a ghost. Okay, very much so. I love that. It's great that you're able to do that and so many different things. Let's bounce to this next one.
Yes.
A Party of 5.
Yeah.
Getting a reboot. You recently talked about watching again and crying, right?
Yeah.
It was like put you in the, was it a sentimental thing, a nostalgic
It was,
thing?
it was. And it was a deeply affecting emotional show. You know, you talk to people who were fans of it, 20 years later, they talk about it like they just watched it last week. So yeah, when it got onto Netflix at one point, I just fell down a rabbit hole of PO5 and watch. I thought I was gonna, again, with the Nancy Drew, I thought I would just watch like a scene or two.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how many hours later, I swear. And I was just like bawling my eyes out. It was like, I don't know, it was like revisiting your early life and your family, because it was very much a second family. And those stories were still resonant. And there was so much of it that I maybe had forgotten because there were these kind of big iconic episodes. But it was all these little moments and experiences, and it just brought me back in time. And yeah, I was like a puddle at the end of it.
I love the idea of that, and I think as fans, we love that you love it that much.
Right,
You know, it's like the
yeah.
fans have their thing, but for the cast members to think of it and hold it in such a special place.
I think part of it was having such a distance because literally it was probably 20 years later. So if I had watched it 2 years after we finished, probably wouldn't have had the same reaction, but because I had some emotional distance from it, hadn't really revisited it in a long time, it just dragged me back.
What goes
in
through
a
your mind when you
beautiful
see
way.
these photos? Look at
Insane, incredible.
Who do you connect with the most now?
So Nev and I and Lacey and I are still very much in touch, but I love all those guys. And you know, Matthew has reached out every time I've had a kid. I get an awesome message from him, and I love them all. I mean, really spent 6 years together, day in and day out. So when I say second family, it's that in the truest sense.
How do we feel about the reboot?
Good. I don't know much about it. I love Chris and Amy who are making it. They're the same people who made our show.
I feel like there have to be some cast, some OG cast, sort of like cameos.
I don't know if they're going there.
If they knock on your door though, are you going?
I answer.
Okay, you'll do it.
I do it. They're gonna have to back up the money truck. Okay. No, I'm kidding.
That's right. We better hear the beep, beep, beep in the front yard. Okay, obviously good to be busy. When you wrap a film, a TV show, a project, whatever, when it's downtime, you and your family love to garden, I hear.
Oh, yeah.
What's this about, and why is it so important?
So credit to my wife. It's really important to her. She's an incredible chef. She's an incredible cook. And it just matters to her for the kids to get their hands in the dirt, to have a real sort of honest appreciation for where food comes from and that process. And there's just nothing like in the middle of summer. We live in Park City, Utah, so it's kind of a shorter growing season. Like the garden is about snowed under right now.
1 month to grow all the veggies for the year. And let's hope we survive, right?
Totally. But to send the kids out back and have them come in with like a handful of tomatoes
That's really cool, yeah.
and make dinner, it's magical, really. It's pretty cool.
And something that they'll always remember, and I feel like it sort of sets them up to have an appreciation for that.
I think 100%.
Yeah.
And it's funny, because when my wife first mentioned it, she was like, we have to get a little garden. I was like, terrific. And I figured like a box, like a low.
Yeah.
And we have, I mean, it's like the size, it's massive.
It's like a plot of land.
It's big.
It's like a garden.
Like we took a second mortgage on the garden.
Okay, by the way, they're gardening when they are not accidentally ordering things off of Amazon, which you were telling me beforehand is now like this new thing. And I believe this is something a lot of, I haven't dealt with it yet as a parent. I've dealt with like the accidental purchases on apps that are like games.
Yes.
But tell me what's
I feel like I should, you were bringing it up, you had a good idea, which I feel like there should at least be like an Instagram site.
Yeah,
where
or a blog or something.
Or a blog where people can post like things their kids accidentally purchased using Alexa.
Yeah.
And so we didn't realize you could buy stuff with her. Obviously you can do tons of things.
Right.
But the way we found out was boxes started showing up at the house. And one day I opened up a box and it was a hubcap for like a Fiat. And we don't own a Fiat.
Yeah.
And I was like, honey, did you order? She was like, what is that? And so we figured out my son Miller was able to, it turns out it's a lot easier than a parent would like for a kid to order something, unless you're careful and you set up. We have controls.
Which you now have, probably.
We now
right?
have.
Yeah.
So shortly after the hubcap, like a really nice hammer showed up.
Which may be useful, right?
I could use the hammer.
Yeah,
way more than that. We kept the hammer, returned the hubcap. So we now have control. So they have to get it goes in. But what's funny is Amazon keeps track of all of your requests.
Okay.
So it keeps him from buying stuff, but it doesn't keep him and my daughter, my 5-year-old, from requesting things.
Oh my gosh.
So it's really fun to dip into my Amazon account and see all of the things in my basket.
And then it starts suggesting things, probably curated based on your tastes and your likes, right?
Like I'm a hubcap aficionado.
Right, yeah, it is hubcap / you can get every accessory for a Fiat possible.
That's right.
No Fiat in the yard. Anyway, that's really funny. It's so good to talk to you, man. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Congrats on everything. Nancy Drew airs on the CW Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern. You can check out Inside Game in theaters November 1st.
Fear is your enemy. Whoa, easy now.
I'm gonna be free or die.
Can I start with this? Oh my goodness.
Do you like it?
I like it. What do you think? What goes through your mind when you see that?
It's so surreal to see that. I mean, who knew? Like,
Who knew?
It's amazing to see that.
That's Cynthia's inner spirit.
Like that's who's lived inside this whole time.
That's who's
Yeah. What does the younger version of you think of that?
She's pretty happy. She's pretty happy. I don't know that she would have known that that was what was going to happen, but I don't know. She, like 5-year-old me, 6-year-old me probably doesn't believe that it would and is probably jumping around in circles right now.
It's a huge moment for Cynthia Erivo as she becomes Harriet Tubman in the new movie called Harriet, about her life and miraculous work helping free people from slavery on the Underground Railroad.
Cynthia, who's British, made a huge splash in the U.S. as Celie in The Color Purple on Broadway. She won a Tony, a Grammy, and an Emmy. But for Cynthia, becoming the legendary heroic abolitionist in a major movie is part of her own personal journey that started with a leap of faith. I loved this sort of piece of the story in her faith and how that was so baked into who she was, and quite literally being led by her sense of what God was telling her to do and taking a leap of faith that was life or death. Maybe on a much more practical level, is there a moment in your life where you remember taking the biggest leap of faith? And maybe it wasn't life or death, but like for you, this was it.
Yeah, I mean, when I came here to do a Broadway show, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I had never been on my own in another country before. I had never done anything like that. I didn't know if I was going back to London again. My sister was like, "You're not coming back." I was like, "I think I am." It was a big deal to leave my family and be so far away from them. Because I'd never done that before. It's one thing to go to university across the country, and it's another thing, and one thing to go to work or go and do a job and then come back or be on tour in the UK and go. But it was another to literally fly across the world and be there. And it was a big leap of faith because I had no idea how it was going to go. I didn't know it was going to go like this.
Was there ever a moment of panic where it was like, this was wrong, oh no?
Right at the airport. At the airport,
really?
Before I took off, I got to the gate and I couldn't stop crying. And the gate agent said to me, she asked me if I was okay, and she told me to sit down because I couldn't stop crying. And all that was going through my head was, am I making a huge mistake? Should I go home? Is this a bad idea? There was like a 50-50 chance about whether I would get on that plane or go back home.
And she made the right choice. And Cynthia leads the movie alongside Broadway star, Hamilton actor Leslie Odom Jr. and singer-actress Janelle Monáe. With that much musical talent on one set, you'd think that they'd have a little fun with it. You guys are all so talented. Oh my gosh. You've done a little singing. Cynthia has done a little singing. Janelle Monáe, a little singing. I would imagine cast karaoke night is off the hook, like mind-blowing, can't even imagine.
I would probably imagine that too. We didn't do much cast karaoke during the filming of this movie, funnily enough. But
missed opportunity.
I would say so. But it's not too late.
Okay. So
I'm gonna get it going tonight.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'll do my work in the other room as well. We'll see if we can.
Yeah, let's meet up.
All this talent. And he now wants to plan it and says maybe tonight could be the night. I just want to help coordinate. If this is something that we could get Janelle, you probably have her number somewhere.
And Jennifer.
Yes.
I'll call them.
What would be your go-to karaoke song?
I was always "We Don't Need Another Hero" by Tina Turner.
Didn't even take you even a second. You're going to be Aretha Franklin, I hear.
Yes.
What would be your #1 Aretha song?
Ain't No Way.
Okay, you thought about this a little bit.
I know this.
Yeah, we mentioned it quickly there. Cynthia Erivo will star as Aretha Franklin in National Geographic Channel's Genius anthology series. Can't wait for that. That's in the spring of 2020. And we'll also be on the lookout for singing Ain't No Way.
Yes, and Harriet is out in theaters this weekend, so check it out.
We want you two to show us how to kind of tag team in the gym. You're doing this whole show with couples workouts. So top 3 moves that you want to show us today.
Yeah, I want to start with the planks. I think a plank is a great whole body workout, and this is our version of the couple plank tap.
All right.
So we'll show you real quick.
All right.
Yeah, all right.
So you're doing this in heels, JoJo.
Yeah, by the way, like Superwoman already.
I can't promise this is gonna look good, but here we go.
So we both plank face to face.
Keeping it.
And then I like to do kind of like a Tabata. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. You're going to alternate tapping.
I'm already shaking. Just
Try not to move your hips as much as possible.
Like me.
You're going to do that for 20 seconds.
Oh my God.
Ready?
Wait, you got to look each other in the eye. Get ready. Okay, good.
Go. Boom. Oh, I'm shaking.
Oh, don't move those hips too much. There you go. Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to keep it in place. Oops,
We'll say 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go.
I do this all day.
Oh, you are core queen over here.
Let's do the, what is it, a single hand rotation squat one? The choice one? Okay.
So this one takes some teamwork, a little bit of coordination, some core work, and also squats. You're gonna start folding arms here.
Okay.
You're gonna squat down, you're gonna rotate, and you're gonna come back up and switch sides, okay? On
You gotta
3.
lean back.
Yeah, lean back a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Squat, rotate. Ooh. Squat and rotate.
Oh, my arms.
Squat and rotate.
Okay, so you're kind of, fully leaning back,
Squat and rotate.
holding each other up.
But then you can, so there's a little bit of balance, there's a little bit of squat, you get some rotation in there. It's
ready?
like you're static,
Up arm.
body weight squat.
All right, ready, and squat, rotate.
Oh, get that, get that dab. There you go.
Boom.
But she's got great form, you gotta work on your form.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Give a little more time. Am I going down?
The hips.
Okay.
Are you feeling anything right now?
I feel it.
Go sink back.
Okay, hold on.
Good.
Wait, are you on the ground? Wait.
This one, what is this? We're gonna call these our tricep dip and squat.
So this is more of a strength, less aerobic like we just did. This one, I'm gonna get into as much as I can. If you have a wall, that's great to use. You can do actually like a wall sit.
Oh, like
if
lean
not,
back,
I want you to get into as much of a tabletop sit as you can.
This is gonna be hard.
And then you gotta start to raise your hands over your head. So I'm gonna get a little shoulders. I'm gonna get some legs. I'm gonna try to hold firm as deep as I can, and she's gonna do triceps.
Okay.
Here we go.
So ready?
Oh, snap. Boom.
There you go. Oh, this is good.
This is
Right?
so
Look at this
good.
floor. I can.
We're like right at 90 degrees there.
And just
Let me
balancing.
just put a little weight.
Okay, there we go.
Uh-oh.
Okay, how many seconds we got?
We're good?
That's
okay,
halfway.
switch, great.
Perfect.
And then
I wanna see this sit.
Yep, there we go.
Oh.
Same thing, so squat down.
You gotta get deep.
Oh, wow.
Ready? Here we go.
We're a little wobbly. We're a little wobbly.
We're not wobbling, Jordan. Wait, slower.
I am so impressed.
Woo!
Hey, season 2, a battle of the fittest couple. I need a couple, you're a booth hair.
I feel decent about that.
I feel so strong right now, right? All right, everyone, it's Halloween.
Woo!
We've got the crew here celebrating. So let's go down the line, look at these costumes.
Here we
Ready?
go. Come on, ladies. We got a little witch action here.
Yes, tea time witch.
The hat from
regular
CVS.
witch.
Nice, Kara.
All right. Ooh, a fireman.
Dia de los Muertos here. Nice.
We got some Harry Potter.
More Harry Potter in the house.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Gryffindor.
And boom, the move. Oh!
All right.
They worked.
She's actually going to a Grateful Dead concert tonight. That's what she told me.
And a construction worker
With a
that
bloody
injured
hand.
the hand. Careful on the site there.
We have another cat. Ooh, feline sister.
And a little froggy action, right? Frog eyes.
And last but not least, a t-shirt. Thank you for all your great work.
All the work you do. And
what are you?
This is open for interpretation. This is a hodgepodge of my like costume closet,
Okay.
and it's sort of a Billy Ray Cyrus inspired 70s
Got it.
rocker pleathery thing. And you've got the sheet. Oh yeah, the whole.
All right, we're taking one last look at our question of the day. We've been asking you which celebrity Halloween costume has been your favorite so far. So let's see. Looks like Jessica Biel won.
Let's hear from the group here. Jessica Biel, what do we think?
Yeah.
Big fans. Right here, everybody.
We'll be asking you a new question of the day tomorrow on People Now, so tune in for that.
Yes, and coming up tomorrow as well, we are joined live by the Music Man himself, Harry Connick Jr. How you guys feel about Harry Connick Jr.? He has a new album out. How do you feel about his new album?
Plus, have you been watching Evil? If not, Halloween might be the best night to start because series star Katja Herbers will be joining us live. How do you feel about Katja Herbers?
Oh!
Yeah. Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with the twins we love to hate
Get in
from
here.
Netflix's The Politician.
Good up
and
here.
3, 2, 1.
Happy
Halloween!
Yeah.
I'm Trevor Eason. I'm Trey Eason. And we're from The Politician on Netflix. And this is One Last Thing. The last song stuck in my head. Every JoJo song ever. Mine is Whack World by Tierra Whack. Good choice. Very, very good choice.
Don't worry about me, I'm doing good, I'm doing great, alright.
Last big splurge was my last shopping trip at the grocery store was my last big splurge. Food. The last show I binged was
The Politician.
I'm warning you, do not screw with my dream.
Your ambition frightens me.
Watch it. It's an amazing show.